Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Gerald. I'm surprised that you texted me. How can I help you?
My brother is on a business trip, right?
Yes, he is.
What's for dinner today?
I made beefsteak. You said that you don't want any dinner, so there's nothing left for you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I thought you were eating out. What should I do then?
What are you talking about? Make it now.
What?
You're my brother's wife, right? So you're supposed to cook for me too. Don't cut corners just because your husband is away on a business trip.
I'm not cutting corners. I thought you said that you don't want dinner. Besides, I'm not your wife anyway.
You're such a cocky woman. Looks like my brother got married to a boring wife. He graduated from a prestigious university, like most of our family members. I can't believe he got married to a high school graduate like you. You're so uneducated that you can't even think ahead. My dead parents are probably crying in heaven right now. They had such high hopes for my brother.
I don't care what you say about me, but could you please stop saying bad things about my husband?
Huh? You can't even cook well. Do you think you have the right to give me an order?
I didn't give you any order. Besides, it's not that I didn't want to cook for you. It's because you said that you don't want dinner.
You've been making a lot of excuses. Will you stop that immediately? I wonder why my brother took someone like you as his wife. You're really useless.
I've said it many times, but I don't think it's right to speak ill of my husband. I mean, I didn't know that you are that kind of person.
I don't show my true nature in front of others. After all, I'm a college student with a bright future. So I have to behave well in public, right? I've been a good boy all my life. I've been learning these techniques since I was a kid, because my parents have been comparing me to my superior brother.
Sorry to hear that, but personality is something that comes naturally, you know? So I think you should change your way of thinking. You're good at what you do, so you should use that to your advantage.
Shut up. You're just a high school graduate. Don't you realize that you're a disgrace to our family?
Disgrace? That's a terrible thing to say. You don't have to go that far. Your parents were happy when I got married to your brother. They said that they're glad your brother found a good wife. Also, my husband is very devoted to me.
That can't be true. Don't be delusional.
I'm not delusional. Your parents were very sensible and kind people.
Don't talk about my parents anymore. As your punishment for ordering me around, you must cook me dinner.
What did you say? Do you mean now?
Yes, of course. You got something to complain about?
No, I got it. I'll make it with what I have in the fridge.
I'll be at the station soon, so make it in 30 minutes.
I can only make easy dishes if you only give me 30 minutes. Do you have any request?
I'm sick of hearing you complaining all the time. Stop yammering and get on with it. If you don't make me a satisfactory dinner, I'll punish you further.
I'll leave the food on the table.
Hey, what's with that food? Are you trying to make me eat garbage?
I had the ingredients for meatball pasta, so I made it. I tasted it and it wasn't bad. I only had 30 minutes, so that's the only dish I could make.
A college student with bright future like me shouldn't eat meatball pasta.
What do you mean?
I threw that dish in the trash.
Seriously?
Can't you cook better food than that? There's no nutritional balance in that dish. What are you going to do to me if I lose my ability to learn because I'm malnourished? It'll affect my future employment too.
It's just one meal, so you don't have to worry about being malnourished.
Don't be ridiculous.
Besides, the only dinner I can make from the ingredients in the fridge was that dish. I didn't have much ingredients. I should have done some grocery shopping. Sorry about that.
I told you, didn't I? I said I'd punish you even more if you didn't make a satisfactory dinner.
I see. Are you telling me that you weren't satisfied? I think there was enough to fill your stomach.
How can you say that with such a lousy dish? There's no way I could be satisfied with that. Don't make me laugh. I'm going to punish you.
Punish me?
Of course. I'm punishing you for not satisfying me with your cooking. Why don't you satisfy my body instead?
What are you talking about? Please, stop joking. I'm your sister-in-law.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm having a rough time at college. I'm under a lot of stress. My girlfriend ran away from me. I need to relieve my stress by punishing you.
Give me a break. I think you've gone too far with your joke.
I'm not joking. It's your punishment.
I don't understand. If you don't stop joking, I'll tell my husband.
Fine. My brother's on a business trip, right? He won't even come to help you.
I need you to stop, Gerald.
If you refuse, I'll tell my brother that you seduced me while he was on a business trip. I've always been a good boy, even in front of my brother. So he will definitely believe what I say. So there's nothing you can do.
Are you threatening me?
I told you this is your punishment, didn't I? If you think I'm threatening you, you're welcome to think so. I wonder what my brother would think about you seducing me while he wasn't around. I'm curious about that.
You're such a terrible person. My husband will definitely believe me.
Then you can just text him now.
Cut it out. My husband is doing an important job. I can't cause him unnecessary worry.
I know. You'll make him worry if you text him. Then shut up and do something nice with me. It's the only way you can keep your current position as my brother's wife.
I decline. I'm not going to take you up on such a threat.
Hey, Sarah. You're in your room, right? Reply to me. I know you're there.
What do you want?
How dare you lock yourself in your room yesterday?
Of course I did. My husband isn't here, so I have to protect myself.
I had no choice than to back down yesterday. Do you think I'll just give up because you locked the door? I'll make sure you get punished. You're going to do something good with me today.
Never. I'd rather die. I'm not going to let you enter my room.
Is that so? Where do you think I am right now?
Well,
if you won't let me in the room, I'll have to go in there by force.
What are you doing? Please, don't be rough. You're breaking the door.
I'm breaking the door.
Huh?
If you let me enter your room, I can stop.
I refuse. If you dare to enter my room, I'll jump from the second floor.
Oh well, I'm stressed out too, you know. Breaking down doors is a good way to release it. Let's get serious now.
Hey, don't do that. You're really breaking down the door. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Shut up. My brother's not here, so let me have fun with you. It's not a big problem anyway. I'm never gonna stop until I do something good with you.
Are you crazy? I'm your brother's wife.
It's so secretive, and that's what I love about it. It's going to be a blast. You can even take a video to prove it.
What? I won't let you do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, you're breaking down the whole door. I want you to stop. Do you know what will happen to you if you do this?
Huh? Nothing will happen to me. I was seduced by you. It's a scenario where I did something I shouldn't with you. It's your fault. Of course, my brother will believe me because I'm good at what I do. By the way, I'm going to tell your parents that you were seducing me.
What a person you are. You're going to break the door, Gerald. Stop it.
Huh?
What now?
I got a message from my brother.
From my husband? What did he say?
He said he's looking for me right now. He asked me where I am.
Why don't you answer honestly?
What the hell did you do?
I don't know.
Liar. You must have done something behind my back. Otherwise, my brother, who's on a business trip, wouldn't be looking for me. He wants me to come out so he can talk to me. What the hell did you do to me?
Actually, I called my husband last night.
Why did you do that?
Why? Because you were threatening me.
I told you not to tell my brother, didn't I?
Even if you say so, I'm your brother's wife. We don't keep secrets from each other.
So what? My brother accused you, right?
Why?
Because you were seducing me while he was away on a business trip.
How can that be? My husband totally believed my story.
What?
Well, he was terribly shocked. He said that he can't believe his brother, whom he trusted, would do such a thing to his own wife.
You must have misunderstood him. I know he was telling you that he was shocked because you were seducing me.
Are you stupid? How could I have misunderstood such a serious matter?
And what did my brother say?
He said, "You've been a good boy all your life, and you never got scolded. You studied hard and was always the smartest in your class."
Of course. That's my brother. He knows me so well.
But
what?
my husband said that being born to an elite family might have brought a negative effect on your character development, that you turned out to be such a terrible person. Your brother sounded so sad.
Huh?
He said he was sorry, but he was glad that your parents weren't around. My husband was just sad to hear that his brother has done such a terrible thing.
My brother would never say that. He told me that I'm good at what I do all the time. He said he wished he'd grown up like me. He was always praising me. Even when I was applying to college, he said he believes in me. That's why I have no doubt that he'll trust everything I tell him.
I don't think your brother will believe everything you tell him. What you just said was quite selfish.
Oh, I got a message from my brother again.
Because he's looking for you, right? Anyway, my husband just texted me.
What did he say?
He finished his business trip early, so he'll be home soon. He said never to let you enter the room.
Why didn't he tell me earlier?
Because you were banging on the door like you were about to break it down. That's why. I missed the timing to reply to his message.
What the? My brother told me to get away from your room? He wants me to come to his place right now.
Oh my, you better get going then. You don't know what he'll do when he's really angry.
Shut up. Hey you! How dare you talk to my brother about everything? I was scolded so badly since last night.
Good morning, Gerald. Just as I expected. My husband's yelling echoed through the house. I heard everything. I've never heard my husband's voice like that before.
My parents never yelled at me like that. I've never had anyone yell at me in my life. It's your fault that I have to go through this humiliation. I'm even more stressed out now. How are you going to take responsibility for this?
That's none of my business. You deserve that.
This is what happens when you don't listen to me. If you just let me play with you, my brother wouldn't have come home. It's all your fault. My brother already left for work, didn't he? Now come to my room.
Huh? Stop blabbering nonsense. I'm not your slave, okay?
You're the one who should be punished. If you won't come, I'll go to your room.
I can't believe you have no common sense at all. I'm not your wife, okay? Your brother just lectured you a lot about common sense, didn't he?
Then get out of this house.
What did you say? Why should I do that?
I don't want someone who can't satisfy me.
I'm so dumbfounded. Why are you still saying that? Your brother is sighing.
That was last night, wasn't it? My brother already went to work, so it's none of my business. If you won't come, I'll go over there myself. If you don't like it, get out of this house.
My husband's taking a day off today after a business trip. He got off work earlier than he was supposed to. It's all your fault.
What do you mean?
Don't you understand? It means I have my husband by my side.
Don't say random things. Are you thinking about winding me up?
That's not what I meant. My husband is reading your message. He's so furious that his face has turned red.
Huh? Are you serious?
Of course I am. If you think I'm lying, you can come to my room.
You're lying, right?
I'm not. My husband was helping you out financially, right? He said something about you being too busy with your studies and not being able to get a part-time job. That's a lie, isn't it? You used the money my husband gave you to play with around, didn't you?
What are you talking about? I stay in the lab after class and study till late at night. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, really? How come you, who don't even do part-time job, manage to buy things like clothes and bags from luxurious brands? I've been responsible for the housework in this house. Every time I do the laundry or clean the house, I've always wondered about that. A student like you couldn't possibly afford all that stuff.
You were entering my room without my permission. That's trespassing. I'm gonna call the police.
Do you have any common sense? I'm your family, remember? I live with you and I'm in charge of the house. How can you accuse me for trespassing just because I entered your room? Anyway, my husband is furious with you.
Are you still showing this message exchange to my brother?
Yeah, I just told you that, didn't I? And you know what? My husband said he's going to stop giving you financial support. He also said that he won't forgive you for treating his precious wife as if she were some sort of slave.
Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense.
My husband also said that he'll never forgive you for trying to attack me while he was on a business trip.
There's no way my brother would say that. You're just saying that on your own. This is my house too. Why don't you just leave?
You didn't know anything about the ownership of this house? After your parents died, the house is inherited by my husband. You were a student, so he had no choice. He was going to share the property with you eventually. Anyway, legally, it's my husband's house. That means it's also my house since I'm his wife. Aren't you the one who should be leaving?
That's not gonna happen, even if you try to round me up. I'm a student with a bright future. My brother won't abandon me.
Maybe you're the only one who thinks so. My husband said that he and his parents are responsible for what happened to you. That's why he said that he's going to sanction you.
That's a lie.
He said that the world isn't that simple. You need to keep your feet on the ground. You have to experience both good things and bad things for your own sake.
Why the hell should I be sanctioned? It all started with you. It's because you didn't cook dinner for me, right?
You said you don't need dinner because you'd be late. You should at least do something about your own dinner.
Mom would have made it for me.
I'm sorry. I'm not your mother, Gerald. Besides, I made you dinner. You're the one who complained about the dinner I worked so hard to make in 30 minutes.
Shut up. Stop talking nonsense. Anyway, I don't want my brother to cut off my financial support. If I can't shop, I won't be popular with women. My pride won't allow it.
You've got a twisted personality, you know that?
It's none of your business. I don't deserve to be told what to do.
Gerald, listen to me.
What now?
I don't know how to say this, but...
Just say it.
My husband wants to kick you out of this house.
What? Kicking me out? What do you mean?
He said you don't show any remorse. You have no idea what you've done.
I don't understand.
I know that your family is responsible for the distortion of your character. But your brother said that he can't take care of you anymore.
Wait a minute. I'm still a student. How am I supposed to make a living if I get kicked out?
Your brother wants you to figure that out on your own too. You may be a student, but you're an adult now. He wants you to take care of yourself.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know, but my husband says so.
Hold on a sec. You're the one who has to convince him. Please. He'll listen to you, won't he? Please, Sarah.
What? You're disgusting. I don't want you to call my name. You were the one threatening me.
Don't say that. We've lived together as a family, right?
Even if I forgive you, I don't think my husband would ever forgive you.
What?
My husband said he would never forgive you for trying to seduce me. He said he can't let you live in this house.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to seduce you. I was trying to punish you.
That's a funny way to think, isn't it? Why should I be punished by you? I don't understand.
I apologize then. I'm sorry. So you're gonna have to convince my brother. If I am evicted from this house without financial assistance, you can at least imagine what would happen to me, right?
You're a student with a brilliant future, aren't you? You should be able to survive on your own. I'm sure your dead parents would wish the same for you. That's why I won't try to convince my husband. For your parents' and my husband's sake, I think you should learn to live on your own.
I told you, I can't do it. Sarah, I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
I can't do that. And my husband is very upset too. So I'm going to block your number from now on. Before my husband leaves this room, you need to pack up and leave.
I can't believe this is really happening.
Gerald, who had never been scolded by others in his entire life, was scolded by his own brother for the first time. And he was kicked out of the house too. For a while, he asked my husband for money. But gradually, he gave up because my husband treated him coldly. He is now working part-time after college and living quietly in a dirty, shabby apartment. It seems that he is experiencing the life of a struggling student. I can only hope that this experience will have a positive impact on his life in the future. We are trying to get Gerald to live on his own. Me and my husband have found a new house, moved in, and are living in peace. In the future, we plan to sell the family home and divide the property with Gerald.
It's been a while since I texted you, but... Emma, do you remember me? Emma, I'm Nash. I know that you used to drink mocha during our dates. It left a strong impression on me. Now that I think about it, that was just a way to show that you were conscious of me, right? You're so cute. I loved you. I've been thinking a lot since you and I broke up. I regret why I didn't talk to you properly at that time. It's very important to have a conversation between couples. If only I had done that properly. Also, if I had been more honest with you, it wouldn't have ended in such a sad way. You think so too, don't you? Emma, please answer me. Please don't just ignore me. I know that it's been 4 years, but how could you have forgotten about me? You still remembered me, don't you? I know about everything. I heard you've been working hard since we broke up. Now you're making $5 billion a year, don't you? I can easily imagine how hard you worked. When we were still together, you just started a business and had no income at all. I never thought that you'd become so successful like this. I'm sorry that I didn't believe in you back then. I thought it would be impossible for a woman to be successful. I know I was young, but I'm a terrible guy. I'm still waiting to hear from you. I really do. Hey Emma, did you check my message? It's already been a week since I had the courage to text you, you know. I think you should give me a reply. Think about how I'm waiting for you every day. It's quite a long waiting period. I've been messaging you every day for the past week. I'm so sad that I haven't heard back from you at all. Are you listening to me? Emma? Whatever it is, just reply to me. You work hard to grow the company for me, right? I know that. You did those to get back together with me. For God's sake, Emma, just answer me. I know you've been reading the messages I've been sending you. At least, reply to me, okay? Stop playing around. You can't keep blaming me just because I ignored your plan to start your own company 4 years ago. I know we broke up after that, but why don't we just let bygones be bygones? I know it's all my fault. I'm sincerely sorry, so please, just answer me. If you keep ignoring me, I'm going to your office. I'm going to see you, okay? Do you understand? If you don't want me to come to your office, you better answer me. Give me a break, Emma. How long are you going to make me wait? You can't just ignore me like this. I've been waiting for almost 2 weeks. Isn't that too much? Don't be silly. You need to respect me for my patience. I know you love me, so why can't you be honest with me?
Honestly speaking, I hate you so much.
Huh? Emma? Is it really you?
Of course it's me. You're contacting me too much. I wonder why you can't realize how much I hate you. I haven't responded to a single message you sent me in the past 2 weeks, right?
Huh? You hate me? I can't believe it. There's no way that you hate me.
I hate you. That's it. That's all.
That's impossible. I'm your boyfriend, right? I know how you loved me so much. I still remember.
When was that? You and I broke up 4 years ago. People change their minds after 4 years, don't they?
It's true that we broke up once 4 years ago, but you tried to get back together with me, didn't you? I know that. I know how hard you have been working for me for the past 4 years. I was so happy that I can talk to you again.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't worked hard for you in the past 4 years, and I've never thought about getting back together with you. You misunderstood me.
You don't have to tell such an obvious lie. I know everything you're thinking. I sent you a message before, didn't I? I know everything, including the fact that you've been working hard to run the company in order to get back together with me.
Seriously? I have no idea about what you're talking about. I don't know what to say.
What?
Never mind, it's nothing.
So, about our future, when should we start living together again? You can come to my apartment if you want. There's enough space here.
Huh?
But I bet you're living in the bigger place. Maybe a high-rise or something like that. My apartment is too small to live in, so I'm thinking of moving into your place. You don't mind at all, right?
I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Like I said before, I have no intention of getting back together with you and moving in with you too. What on earth are you talking about? Can you please not go ahead with everything on your own terms?
But I thought it would be better to do it quickly. People say, the sooner the better. I'll turn 30 soon. My mom and dad say it's better to get married as soon as possible. So I'm thinking of moving in with you right away.
Stop blabbering nonsense, will you? I'm not going to marry you, never! You misunderstood everything.
What are you talking about? You grew the company you started for me, so I think it's time for us to get married. 4 years is a long time, you know. If I'd had more faith and listened to you 4 years ago, we could have got married sooner. Sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize. I told you that. I have no intention of marrying you.
How long are you going to keep talking like that? I know you're just shy because you haven't talked to me in 4 years. There's no need to be shy, but it's about time you get used to it. We need to move on.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm not trying to get back together with you in the first place. Even today, you're being persistent by sending me messages. I don't want to bother people at the company, so I just answered it. I didn't have a choice.
Hey Emma, are you in a relationship with someone?
Huh? Why are you asking that?
Because I just don't understand.
Which part?
It's just strange that you're acting so cold towards me. Someone must be nearby and watching you reply to me, right? That's why you can't be honest with me, because you're embarrassed, aren't you?
Oh gosh, I really envy your easygoing attitude.
Yeah, I know. I know you still love me, and that you've devoted the last 4 years of your life to expand your work for me. You just can't be honest with me. I'm going to accept everything about you, so don't worry about that.
I don't feel good about this. Will you please stop it? I lost all feelings for you since a long time ago. I'm not gonna get back together with you ever again.
I don't care. You don't have to tell me. You're just being told not to be honest by the person who's standing nearby, right? I'm sure about that.
For your information, I'm alone right now.
What? Then why did you... You love me, don't you?
No. You know why we broke up 4 years ago?
It was because I couldn't honestly support your startup business, and our feelings were different. Am I right?
You're wrong. When I questioned you about why you cheated on me behind my back, you said that it was because you didn't like the fact that I started my own business. It's true that when I started my business, my income was low, but I worked hard so that I'll be able to marry you. But you betrayed me, Nash.
No, I didn't. Calm down, Emma. You got it all wrong.
Anyway, I have nothing more to say to you. Don't contact me again. You're bothering me.
Oh no, wait a minute, Emma. Hey, answer me, please. Emma, can I talk to you for a minute? I have something important to tell you. If you ignore me, you'll regret it.
What do you want? I told you not to contact me again, didn't I? Just don't come barging into my office or anything, okay?
I won't do that, but you know what? I'm getting to the point where I started to miss you so much, so I'm thinking of moving in with you. Can I do that?
What? Absolutely not.
You don't have the right to say no, because I know how much you love me. Just be honest and admit it.
I've told you about that before, haven't I? I don't love you. Can you please stop this? It's so annoying.
Oh, come on. Don't play hard to get. I'm going to move into your house this weekend, so you can look forward to it.
Huh? My house? You're kidding, right?
I'm serious. I think it's a good timing for me. I just couldn't renew the lease on the apartment I was living in. So let's move in together this time and live a happy life. Just the two of us.
Cut it off, will you? Why don't you go to hell alone?
What are you talking about? We're going to be happy together, aren't we?
Suit yourself. I'm not going to be happy with you. I don't even want to see your face.
Don't be so cold. I've been waiting for 4 years. If we don't get together soon, I'll die of loneliness.
Just do whatever you want. I'm not sad or anything.
Not even a little bit? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? I've been waiting for 4 years.
It's because you're just drowning in your own delusions. Listen to me carefully, Nash. I didn't work hard to run this company for you. I didn't wait even a moment for you. My feelings for you cooled off 4 years ago at the time we broke up. You misunderstood me. There is absolutely no way that I would ever get back together with a cheater like you.
No way. How long are you going to keep saying that?
Do you understand me? I don't even love you anymore.
No kidding. Is that all you have to say?
Huh?
You think I'd give up just like that? I'm moving into your house this weekend, just as planned. I'm not gonna give up that easily.
Huh? Did you hear what I just said? It's not about you giving up on me. I told you that I don't love you at all. And you say you're moving into my house, but you don't know where I live, do you?
I know where you live. I told you that. I know everything about you, right? So there's no way that I don't know where you live now.
You're too scary. Well, if you're going to go that far, then why don't you come over if you dare?
Really? Your wish is my command, Emma. I knew you'd eventually accept me after all. I'll move into your house this weekend as planned, but would that be okay?
Be my guest! I can't take any responsibility if you get into trouble anyway.
What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, just wait for me, my love.
Suit yourself and be prepared for the worst.
As long as I can be with you, that's all that matters to me. Thank you for welcoming me.
I didn't welcome you at all.
Don't say that. I'll be looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Emma, I'm here. I've come all the way to your house. The truck will be here soon, so please open the front door. Hey Emma, are you listening to me? I'm here.
Oh, you arrived. By the way, did you see the nameplate?
Nameplate? I didn't see it. What's wrong with it?
Make sure you check it out.
Huh? Your last name is Anderson, right? The nameplate here says Smith.
Yes, of course, because that's not my house.
What? You gotta be kidding me. I asked my friend to follow you. She said, here is your house.
You think I live in that house?
I know that you've been going back to that house every day for the past 2 weeks. You don't have to lie anymore. Hey, open the door. You're in the house, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't live in that house anymore.
What are you talking about? I don't get it.
I was in that house until the day before yesterday, but I was just there temporarily.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by temporarily? I can't understand a word you're saying. Please explain to me. You run a company here in the US, right? You were featured in a magazine saying that your annual income is $5 billion. It's true, isn't it?
That's right. But now I'm expanding my business overseas. The US isn't enough for me anymore. So I decided to go overseas to seek for some sort of inspiration. And just to correct you, it's not my annual income, but annual sales of $5 billion.
That's not what I heard. Why didn't you tell me?
The reason I came back to the US this time is because I had something to do with my company here. I was staying at my sister's house, who is in charge of the US company now.
Your sister? So, you mean this is your sister's house? If her last name has been changed, that means it's her and her husband's house, right?
Well, yes.
Anyway, that's not important. Where in the world do you live? Just tell me and I'll go. I can't wait to live with you. An overseas wedding would be great. Do you live in an exclusive seaside resort? Or at a high-rise in the town center?
I'm already married.
What? What do you mean by that? You're getting married to me, right?
Just 1 year ago, I met my husband. He's been an employee of my company since the beginning. He was devoted to supporting me even when I couldn't do my job because you cheated on me. He's been a great support to me.
Wait a minute. You never told me that you got married. You deceived me. I can't believe you did that.
You didn't ask, so I didn't tell you. I have no obligation to tell you about my private life, but I kept telling you that you were mistaken all this time.
You're a jerk. I can't believe you married another man when you're with me. I didn't think you were that kind of a woman. You're a fraud.
Feel free to hate me, Nash. Anyway, thanks for coming all the way here today to see my brother-in-law.
Huh? What are you talking about? I didn't come to see your brother-in-law. I came here because I thought it was your house.
Really? But I'm sure my brother-in-law appreciates it.
What do you mean?
The reason I broke up with you was because you cheated on me. But in the last 4 years since I left you, you've been sleeping with other people's wives, right? Actually, I know all about it.
Sorry, I don't think I understand what you're trying to say. I didn't do anything like that. Don't say random things.
Don't be ridiculous. I've known for a while that you were having an affair with my sister. I know it's my own sister, but...
Your sister?
I thought you'd remember when you saw the nameplate. You even backed out of paying alimony to my brother-in-law. You're just a complete jerk.
Anderson? Are you talking about Evelyn Anderson? Is that so?
Looks like you finally remembered. You were having an affair with my sister, Evelyn. Evelyn Anderson. She's divorced from her husband now.
No way. I went to all the trouble of stepping over the alimony and ran away. I didn't expect to end up here.
So you finally admit that you ran away from paying the alimony. You can't run away this time.
Oh no, I just remembered something I have to do. I need to go home.
My brother-in-law said he's calling a lawyer. He's watching you from the front door right now. Just to let you know, my brother-in-law is still my business partner.
No kidding.
I hope you have a good time dealing with my brother-in-law. Have fun working like a slave to pay all of your debts. You deserve that. Are you going to finish work early, Jasper? I've been having a lot of stomach cramps lately. Can you come home as soon as possible? I think it's just a matter of time before the baby comes out.
Sorry, I'm almost done with work, but my coworker invited me for a drink. I'm going to be late.
What? Again?
Because if they ask you out, you can't say no, right? Just let me know when you're going to give birth.
I don't know when the baby will be born. It's my first childbirth. Natural birth is not something you can schedule.
But you can feel it, right? Just let me know when you think it's somewhat likely that you're going to have the baby. I've got my own thing going on.
That's why I told you that the baby is coming out soon. Don't just go out drinking all the time. Come home a little earlier.
You don't know when the baby's coming, so don't try to disturb my activities. Just because you're going to give birth, it doesn't mean that you have the right to control my schedule.
Stop talking nonsense. This is not about controlling your schedule or disturbing your activities.
Yeah, whatever. Don't argue with me every time. You're annoying me. I'll call you when I'm done. Pick me up at the station again today, okay?
You can go to have a drink with your coworker, but can you at least manage to go home by yourself? The doctor told me that I'm not supposed to drive. I'm afraid of driving late at night too. Can you take a cab home?
Huh? Are you serious? You're my wife, right? How can you say that?
That's true, but I can't do that right now. I'm pregnant. So I don't want anything bad happen to the baby.
What? You're being selfish. You cut corners on the housework just because you're tired, and you can't even pick me up from the station. You're not even doing your duty as my wife. Are you telling me that you don't care about me?
I didn't say that, but I don't have any choice now.
It's not a matter about now or the past.
If I start having contractions while I'm driving, I'll be in big trouble. That's why the doctor told me not to drive. I think I should obey the doctor.
There it is. The doctor's opinion on everything. You think you can get away with anything if you say that, don't you?
I didn't mean it that way.
Don't use it as an excuse just because you want to skip housework and other things. Don't you have any shame in doing that?
That's not what I meant. I really have to be careful. You never know what's going to happen during childbirth.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Just forget about picking me up at the station. Anyway, I don't want to waste money on a cab. So I'll invite my coworker to drink with me at our house. You better prepare some snacks for us. You won't complain if I do that, right?
Wait a minute. You mean you're having a drinking party at our house?
You want me to go home early, don't you? What's your problem? You couldn't pick me up, so I thought this is the best solution.
Are you serious? I'm glad that you care about my current situation. But I don't think that having a drinking party at our house is the best solution. Isn't that crazy?
Why do you keep arguing? What the heck is wrong with you? I was suggesting the best solution, but all you can do is complain to me.
You know what's going on, right? I wouldn't mind you going out for a drink or picking you up at the station if I'm not pregnant. In case you forgot about it, let me tell you again. I'm in the last month of pregnancy. It's common sense that I shouldn't drive.
Common sense, huh? Here comes the famous pregnant lady. I'm sorry, but that kind of selfishness doesn't apply to me, and I have nothing to do with it.
What do you mean by that?
I've already told my coworkers that we're gonna drink at my house, so get everything ready before we arrive. There will be about 6 of us, so make sure you bring at least a case of beer.
What? Are you telling me to buy that all by myself?
Who else is going to be there but you?
There's no way I can carry a case of beer. You haven't been listening to what I've been saying, Jasper. I'm not allowed to drive. And there's no way I can go shopping and bring back such a heavy thing.
I won't listen to your pregnancy-related crap. Just do what you are told, Alicia. Do I make myself clear?
I told you I can't. Give me a break. Why are you being so reckless all the time?
What do you mean by reckless? Are you trying to make me feel guilty? I'm the victim here.
Huh? I didn't mean it that way. Why are you talking like that to me? Stop saying terrible things to me.
That's because you haven't done any housework properly since you got pregnant. You've been refusing to do what your husband asks of you. I can't even remember when was the last time we spent a passionate night together. Are you some sort of parasite who lives on your husband's money?
Parasite? How rude. Even though you are my husband, there are things you are allowed to say and things you aren't.
I have the right to say it. I'm the victim here.
Okay then. I'll prepare everything. But I just want to lie down as soon as possible. So can I ask you guys not to stay up until the morning? I'm really serious about this.
Here we go. Selfishness is in effect again. I have the right to do anything I want in my house, including staying up all night.
I know. Sorry about that.
You should just be honest from the beginning. You're wasting my time, you know. This is why having a pregnant woman in the house stresses me out.
I didn't know about that. Sorry that I'm the cause of your stress. Will you call me when you're heading home?
Yeah, just prepare for everything I told you, okay?
Can you see my message now? If you can, will you respond? Just a word or two will be enough.
Huh? Why now?
Oh, I'm glad you saw my message. I need to check something with you.
What do you mean?
I didn't have the courage to ask you directly, so I decided to text you.
I got it. Let's get to the point, okay?
This was sent to me by a friend. Will you explain to me about who the other woman is? I was told that you seem to be holding hands with her. Both of you look pretty intimate too. I think this is a misunderstanding.
When did you take this picture? Looks like your friend has a terrible hobby of taking pictures of other people without permission. Isn't that a crime?
Let's not talk about how the picture was taken. You better explain to me about what's going on.
Shut up and stop yelling at me. Can't you understand after seeing those pictures? You know what I'm trying to say, don't you?
It's not like that. I just want to hear it from you directly. It was just a fling, right? If that's the case, I want you to stop. I'd be sad if you keep doing that. We're going to have our baby soon.
You're wrong. It's not a fling. You should have realized about my true intention when you looked at the pictures.
What? I don't get it.
It's exactly what it means. You're an adult. You know what I mean, don't you? Well, in a way, I'm grateful to your friend who took the picture, because I don't need to explain about the details to you anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, my affair is exposed, so we're getting a divorce, right? I mean, I'm serious with my affair partner, so let's just get a divorce.
Divorce? What are you talking about? I'm about to give birth to your child, Jasper. I heard that it's common for a husband to cheat when the wife is pregnant. So I was thinking to forgive what you've done if you apologize and build our relationship again.
Are you crazy? Who told you that? Anyway, it's not cheating. I'm seriously thinking to be together with my affair partner.
Huh? Are you kidding me?
Besides, I actually don't like kids. I didn't even want one. I don't want to be a father.
I can't believe that you just said that. You never told me that you hate kids and you don't want to be a father. And you're saying it now? It's such a bad timing.
I just didn't think it would be a good idea to tell you directly. That's why I didn't tell you. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm a kind man, don't you think so? But secretly, I was always hoping that you'll have a miscarriage.
That's horrible. How could you say such a thing? You're crazy.
I don't know, but maybe you're right. And that's why I ask you to buy heavy things and drive. But I guess it doesn't work so easily. Human body is a mystery, isn't it?
You're a jerk. I've had enough. Are you serious?
I'm serious. It can't be helped, since it's the truth. I don't want to have a baby because I hate kids. That's all.
I didn't think you were that kind of person. I'm shocked.
Don't force your selfish thoughts on me. I don't like kids, but you're the one who's always rushing me because of your age, right? I think it was wrong of me to marry you in the first place. You should take responsibility for ruining my life.
Huh? I don't think now is the best timing to say that. Are you really Jasper? Am I talking to a different person who's using your cell phone without permission? I didn't expect you to be such a hideous person.
I know you just want to escape from reality by talking nonsense. Don't make me laugh, Alicia. It's time for a reality check.
You're the one who's running away from reality, Jasper. You're going to be a father, and nothing can change that.
Yeah, whatever. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I don't think I can be a good father anyway. Even you are aware of that, aren't you? Looks like you've married the wrong guy. Too bad.
Stop talking nonsense. Sorry, I'm just really confused. But you really want to divorce me, and you don't care about the baby, right? Please just tell me that it's all a lie.
I wouldn't lie to you. I'm sorry, but it's all true. Also, I left the divorce papers on the shelf in the living room. Just fill them out and file them with the authorities. I'm very well prepared, aren't I?
Wait, are you telling me that you don't want to discuss about this first? You want me to just fill and file those papers? Are you just going to leave me like that? That's impossible.
You're so insensitive, Alicia. I've already moved most of my stuff. There's no reason for me to go back to that house. I'm feeling so set in my mind.
I was aware that there were less stuff in the room. I thought you did that to get rid of stuff you don't want. I understood now that I was wrong.
I'm glad that you notice about the stuff. Looks like you've grown up a bit, huh?
I just can't take it anymore. How did this happen? What went wrong?
Let me tell you again. Our marriage was a mistake.
I don't think I understand what you're trying to say.
It was all a mistake from the beginning. Can we just end our conversation here?
Wait, you can't just end it here. We need to discuss further about what to do next. You really are a terrible guy.
I'm with my affair partner right now. I'm making her wait because I need to reply to your message. I can't keep her waiting any longer. Are you done talking?
Are you really going to leave me? Don't you think that we need to discuss in more details?
I've had enough. Well, I need to go now. Take care.
Wait, It can't end like this. Hey, Jasper. Pick up the phone, please.
How are you, Alicia? It's me, Jasper. Our child is about to turn 1 year old now, right? Can he or she speak and run around? I wonder how big our child is now. Hey, you're not blocking my number, are you? Alicia, please respond.
Jasper, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to hear from you. I thought you won't ever talk to me again.
You were the one who dumped me and the baby. What do you want from me? I believe there's nothing more to talk about.
Actually, I contacted you because I wanted to tell you something.
Just make it quick. I don't have much time.
I'll get straight to the point then. I'm sorry about what I've done to you last year. I've put you through a lot of pain and I've made you carry it all on your shoulders. I was out of my mind at the time. I couldn't see the reality and think clearly. Can you forgive me for what I've done?
You contacted me out of the blue just to say that? Even though you're apologizing to me now, that doesn't make me feel any better.
I've been thinking about it ever since. I cheated on you when we were about to have a baby, and I abandoned our child and you. I know that even if I apologize, you won't forgive me right away. But I'm sorry. I really am.
Even if you apologize like that, there's no way I'll ever forgive you. I'm not even going to let you see our child. What the heck are you talking about? Is that all you wanted? Are we done?
Wait, you have to accept my apology. I'm terribly sorry.
You don't have to lie like that. The company told you, didn't they? They said if you don't apologize to me and ask for my forgiveness, you'll be in a bad situation. I heard about that.
What? How did you find out?
Actually, I know the president of your company. I don't think you knew because I've never told you.
Is that so? I had no idea about that. Why didn't you tell me? But how did you even know that I need to apologize to you?
That's because when I lost touch with you after you cheated on me, I told the president that you and I were getting a divorce.
Huh? You told him about that? I kept that as a secret from the company because I don't discuss private matters at work. So that's why you were found out.
That's right. The president told me that if I wouldn't forgive you, then he wouldn't forgive you either. He's the one who's been good to me, as if he were my own parent. Looks like he was pretty upset. Anyway, as you may have noticed, I'm still very angry. As soon as we get divorced, you have lost your right to become the company's president.
Huh? Seriously? I can't believe that was going to happen. That's terrible. More importantly, I'm really sorry for hurting your feelings. Can you somehow forgive me, please?
Stop being selfish, Jasper.
What?
Do you think I can forgive someone who apologizes because his position is in jeopardy? What you did to me is disgusting, but what you're doing right now is even more disgusting. I'm not going to forgive you, so give it up. Anyway, I'm going to hang up the phone now.
Wait, Alicia! Please don't say that. I'm really sorry I had to apologize after all this happened. But I just want to let you know that I realized what I've done to you in the past was terrible. And I apologize for that.
I don't want to hear any of your lame excuses, Jasper. I know you want to apologize and move past this, but that's because you think that if you can get through this, you will eventually become the company's president, right?
How did you find out? I didn't tell you anything about that.
I had your affair partner investigated and found out that she is the daughter of the company's president. I was really surprised. I also know she has told you that she's gonna promote you to become the company's president in the future. Well, actually, even if you can make it through the present, you won't become the company's president.
Sure, she said she'd promote me to become the company's president. But why can't I be? And how on earth do you know about that?
The company's president has cut ties with his own daughter. Of course, he wouldn't let someone like you to get married to his daughter and become the company's president. I think I would do the same too if I were in the same situation. It's like your affair partner has been dating a lot of people like that before. She was fooling around with the idea that if the person gets married to her, she'll help with the promotion. That's why she was insulated by her own father. I'm really sorry for the company's president.
Oh no. So I'll never be the company's president?
Yes. It's inevitable, isn't it? By the way, there's one more interesting fact. Actually, the company's president has been telling me for a long time that it would be my husband who would succeed him as the next company's president.
What do you mean? I don't understand at all.
So after he insulated himself from his daughter, he's been thinking about who to nominate for the next company's president. He was thinking that he should teach the man who will become my husband a lot of things about running a business. I have no doubt that he trusts me very much.
Wait, are you telling me that if I hadn't cheated on you, I could have been the president? That's what you're saying, right?
That's right. I'm glad that you finally understand, but that was before the divorce was finalized.
Then what was the point of me cheating on you? My purpose of doing that was to become the company's president.
You're so shallow. You're the one who decided to cheat on me, so you must take your own responsibility instead of complaining to me. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be president.
Please, can't you just start over with me? We were married, weren't we? You've got to help me.
How can you say such a thing after all you've done? Maybe it's nice that you're too honest about your desire, but of course I'm not going to comply with your request. We were a married couple, but not anymore.
Why? I promise that I won't make the same mistake. Of course, I'll do my fatherly duties, and I'll support you too. Will you seriously think about it? I'm asking you sincerely.
I'm not going to start over with you for the rest of my life. Never. I'm sick of hearing your nonsense talking, so I'm gonna block your number. Also, I'm not interested in a jerk like you.
Wait a minute. If you don't help me, not only will I never become the company's president, but I'll be fired from the company too. How am I supposed to make a living? At least, let me stay at the company.
Since when did you become such a persistent parasite? You'll have to take care of the rest yourself. You're not a child anymore. It's the path you chose for yourself.
Please don't say that. Help me, Alicia.
Not long after that, Jasper was fired from his job. According to what the company's president told me, his daughter had multiple lovers, not just Jasper. It looks like one of them was a scary man from the gangster paradise. Jasper has been living his life by sneaking around lately. His life has become a living hell, and he has become a different person too. He thought that he could become the company's president, but too bad that he ended up living a miserable life. Anyway, his sin of betraying me and our child is even greater than that. I think he should reflect on the terrible things he has done in the past.
Diana, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, sure.
I want to ask you something.
I wonder what it is. Please feel free to ask me.
Listen, will you stop addressing me with my first name? I don't remember giving you permission for that.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not your parent or anything like that. So stop calling me with my first name. I don't remember having an uneducated girl as my daughter.
Oh, dear.
I had no choice but to keep quiet the other day because my son and wife were there. Don't get carried away.
I see. But did you approve my marriage with your son, right?
Stop it. Why are you going ahead with the marriage without my permission? I heard you went to the same high school with my son.
Yes, that's right. But
What did you do after high school? My son studied diligently all his life at the prestigious university.
that's.
I heard that you stayed at home all the time after high school graduation. You were living at your parents' house, right?
Well, I think so.
That means you're a parasite.
Actually, it's not like that.
Then what were you doing?
I used the time to learn about computers related stuff. I thought it was a profound study, so I was doing my best studying at home.
That means you're a nerd.
Well, you could say that. I did study in a nerdy way. I think there are many different categories of nerds, you know.
You know what? You were studying at home, while people at the same age of you doing job hunting. You were spending 4 unproductive years living like a parasite with their parents. What a pathetic nerd.
Isn't productive for years really such a big deal? I consider it to have been a meaningful time for me. I'm doing my current job because of the experience I gained from that time.
I have no doubt that your company hired a high school graduate like you as the one of their charity activities. I don't think any proper company in this country would hire a person like you.
Are you telling me that you don't want to admit my capability? I don't want to go on talking to you in a roundabout way.
Stop talking back to me like that. This is why all these high school graduates and poorly educated people can't have a proper conversation. You make me say the same thing over and over again. You really are a lot like the high school graduate employee at my company.
Are you talking about Lisa? Isn't that Prejudice?
You have no right to say any personal opinion. A poorly educated girl like should just shut up and listen to what you are told.
With all due respect, I don't think education is that important in this day and age.
The less educated you are, the more you say that. You're a typical uneducated person.
Okay then, I understand. At any rate, you're saying that you won't allow me to marry your son, right?
Of course. You are just a parasite with high school diploma. You're not worthy of my son.
An uneducated parasite, huh? I think you misunderstood me. Besides, can you judge me by my current job and income?
Huh? Income? There's no way a high school graduate can make enough money to brag about. How can you say such a big thing?
I see. If you're worried, I can show you my payslip.
I don't trust you. If you ask the company, they can forge it for you anyway. Uneducated people like you can only think of childish things.
I can't believe you just said that. I'm not that kind of person.
But I don't trust your company since they decided to hire a high school graduate like you as one of their charity activities. I don't care what you say, but I won't let you marry my son.
You don't know anything about my company, so please stop saying random things.
I can ask any of the other employees to find out more. You're working with a bunch of high school graduates anyway. Stop talking big.
My company is publicly traded. It's a legitimate company. I have nothing to be ashamed of.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm telling the truth. What should I do to make you believe me?
You know, even if you worked for a big company and make over $100,000 a year, there's one thing I won't compromise on. I can't let you be my son's wife.
What do you mean by that? Why are you against my marriage with your son?
Marriage means having kids.
Yes, that's right.
It will be a child with your DNA.
What's wrong with that?
You want me to have a grandchild with the DNA of a high school graduate?
If you're going to go that far, I'm done talking to you. I'm well aware that there's no point of having a discussion with you.
I see. I'm glad you understand. I hope you'll leave my son as soon as possible and never come near him again. Because my son is a treasure to me.
Huh? I can't promise that. I will have another discussion with my son.
No matter how much of a high school graduate you are, you should at least understand how people feel. Just step aside quickly so as not to hurt my son. You, explain to me about what the heck is going on. My son hasn't come home.
Why don't you ask your son himself about that?
He's been ignoring all my calls. You know something, don't you? Tell me right away.
It's useless to talk to such a rude person like you.
You tricked my son and just took him away from me, didn't you?
I would never do such a horrible thing. I'm telling you the truth.
Since my son graduated from a famous university and is working at a decent company, did you deceive him to take away all of his fortune?
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? You're so misguided.
I told you to break up with my son, didn't I? But you decided not to do so because you were aiming for his high income, right? I know how an uneducated person like you think.
I didn't say that. I agreed to break up with your son, right?
I told you to back off, so my son won't get hurt. Seems that you didn't understand what you were told.
But I just said that I would talk about it with your son. I didn't say I agreed to break up with him. I think you misunderstood my true intention.
You're just a high school graduate. But you've got a cocky attitude that really pissed me off. I would never let you marry my son.
Looks like your son is tired of your prejudice.
My son would never say such a thing. Because I didn't say anything about this directly to my son.
But you sent me messages. Your son was standing beside me at that time. So he was watching the whole conversation. He looked very disturbed somehow when he read your messages.
What the heck do you think you're doing? Are you the kind of woman who sends private messages to other people? I don't understand how a poorly educated woman behaves.
Normally, I wouldn't show it to anyone. But since it was your son, I thought I should let him know about the truth.
Are you telling me that you're exposing other people's private life?
No, that's not what I mean. I never expected such slanderous messages from you. It was too much to bear. I think you got what you deserve.
Slanderous messages, huh? What are you talking about? This is why I have a problem with uneducated people. I don't understand you at all. Everything I said is true, isn't it?
Even if it were true or not, your son had a dumbfounded look on his face. I have no doubt that he was shocked at your words.
You made him do that, didn't you?
No, that's not possible. Besides, I don't feel comfortable getting married in a situation where I feel like I'm at odds with someone who'll be my future father-in-law. I've told your son to go back home.
So, is my son coming home?
No, he refused to go home. He even said that he's going to cut ties with you.
He'll be in trouble since he doesn't have his changes for clothes.
Don't worry about that. Your son is no longer a child. He has bought some new clothes.
How dare you let my son spend money for that? You're not only an uneducated woman, but you're also a pimp. Well, maybe that's why you're incompetent.
Are you listening to me? Your son was using his own money, not mine.
He ran away from home because of you. He wasn't that kind of guy. You brainwashed my son, so you're the one who's supposed to buy the new clothes for him.
Oh, maybe that's reasonable.
You don't have enough money to buy him clothes since you're just a high school graduate with low salary, right? That's why you let him buy those himself. It's pathetic to think that my son was willing to do that.
I think you were wrong about that. Well, I don't want to listen to your selfish opinion anyway. You wouldn't understand, no matter what I said.
I've provided my son a life that everybody wants. A life together with you will soon be too much for him. Anyway, tell my son to go back home immediately. Do I make myself clear to you?
Why don't you just be a little more mature and wait for him to come home? Your son is a grown-up.
You're a woman who pisses me off at every turn, you know that. I don't think my son wants to live together with an uneducated woman like you. Sooner or later, he'll leave you. What he did to me was just a little distraught. It's probably just a matter of time before he gives up. I'll just have to wait and see since I'm a patient man.
I see. Well, it's up to you then.
Hey, give me a break.
Hello, Judith. It's been a long time.
Cut it out. I told you not to address me by my first name, didn't I? Just send my son home.
I'm afraid I can't do that because of my current health condition. I can't take a flight to go there.
Huh? What are you talking about? What on earth did you do to my son?
Your wife didn't tell you about that?
I haven't heard anything. And what's with the flight? Are you living in a remote place? You must have made some kind of mistake anyway.
Please don't get me wrong. We're in Australia right now. I'm here on a business trip. For your information, I've been promoted. Your son doesn't like the food here, and he's a little sick right now.
What? Australia? What do you mean? Stop saying random things.
I've been telling your wife about the current situation. She knows exactly what's going on. You're lucky to have such a good wife. I'll try my best to be a good wife like her.
What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean by being a good wife? I haven't heard anything about you marrying my son.
I see. Seems like you don't talk to your wife so often, do you? But that's between you and her. I don't have the right to interfere.
What are you guys doing in Australia? Your company is crazy to let an uneducated high school graduate go there for a business trip. Anyway, I want my son back.
I can't. I'm here for business.
Huh? Your company is so crazy to send a high school graduate overseas. I think you mentioned something about promotion, didn't you? That's impossible. I got it. The company can't send their precious university graduates because it's not safe country. Well, that's a very wise decision.
My company didn't send me to a battlefield or something like that. If you choose the right place, Australia is a very safe country. It's comfortable and pleasant here.
That's only in the city, right? If you go a bit out of town, you'll find a lot of nasty people.
It's the same in every country, isn't it? If you're so worried, why don't you come here and check by yourself?
Why should I go abroad? You guys are the one who should get back here as soon as possible.
But your wife has already been here several times. I'm sure you will be fine too.
My wife went there?
Yes, I've been busy with work. So your wife came here to support your son a few times.
I don't think she had the money to go there. I can't believe she was traveling back and forth to Australia.
Oh, I paid for that. Your wife didn't pay a penny, so don't worry about that.
Don't tell me such a stupid lie. It's just impossible.
I'm not lying. Apparently, you don't seem to understand well about the situation. Can I explain the details about my job to you now?
I'm not interested in listening about what a high school graduate does to make a living.
You shouldn't assume that my job isn't a great job just because I'm a high school graduate. I don't want you to misunderstand me. Besides, as a member of society, I don't feel comfortable to be treated unfairly.
I'm not making assumptions. I'm just being honest.
Enough is enough. I'm a trader at an investment company. If I tell you the name of the company, it might shock you, so I'll keep it to myself.
Stop blubbering nonsense. Don't even dare to joke about it.
After I graduated from high school, I didn't go to the university. Instead, I decided to study on my own at my parents' house. I did the best I could.
Is that how you tell your lies to other people?
I'm not telling lies. I didn't make much money at first. But gradually, I learned more about the world economy, so I decided to move abroad. Anyway, your son is my great supporter.
You're doing a nasty business, aren't you?
Absolutely not. It's true that I didn't go to the university right after high school graduation. But I went to study abroad.
Seriously?
Yes, I did. I started working as an assistant at my current company.
That's absurd. It's a lie anyway, right? How long are you going to keep making up stories?
It may be hard to get people to trust you if they suspect you're that much of a liar. In fact, academic background is no longer important in most of developed countries nowadays.
Then, what kind of company are you working for?
It's GMS.
Ah, come on. There's no way you can work in such prestigious company like that. Do you think you can fool me just because I'm an old woman, Missy? Don't make me laugh.
It's such a shame that you still don't believe me.
You can say whatever you want. I'll use my connections to find out more about you. Be prepared for that.
I see. Go ahead then. I think that's the best solution. If you still don't trust me, I have no other choice than to give up hope.
Shut up. Just let my son come back home now.
I'll talk to him about that, since it's difficult to do that immediately. Bye then.
Diana, I have something important to tell you. Can you please reply to me at your earliest convenience?
How can I help you, sir?
You can address me with my first name if you want to. I know what you do for a living. I'm believing you. You have my permission to marry my son.
I see. I'm glad you finally understand that.
There have been a lot of misunderstandings so far. But I've come to understand that you're the right wife for my son.
What kind of misunderstanding?
Please don't me explain about that again. I just want to get along with you, Diana. Also, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
It's about my wife. She hasn't come home for the past few days. Do you have any idea where she is now? Is she there with you guys?
Yes, she's here with me and your son. By the way, she said that she wants a divorce.
Divorce? It's not finalized yet. I'm not even gonna admit it. Besides, if we don't talk with each other, there won't be any divorce, right?
Every country has different laws for that. So we just need to ask the solicitor about the details.
I don't think I understand about what you're trying to say.
Your academic prejudice against me alone was quite coercive. I was honestly surprised to know that you were also overbearing within the family. I feel so sorry for your wife.
What do you mean by overbearing?
You were also very hard on your wife, weren't you? That's what I mean. It looks like you weren't aware of it at all.
What does that have to do with the divorce? I got married right after my wife graduated from junior college. I let her be a housewife for many years. She's the one who should be thanking to me. What did I do wrong? It doesn't matter for me to be a little bit overbearing since I'm the breadwinner. That's not a proper reason for divorce.
Being overbearing is a huge problem. I think you were an unruly person if you were not aware of it. I was just wondering if you really have a human heart.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that my son and my wife are going to live in your place permanently?
I think so. Your son is already helping me with my business here. At least, I don't think your son will ever come back to your place. If you want to, you can come here too.
Me? Don't be silly.
But there were a lot of misunderstandings, right? If you're coming here, I can arrange time for you to discuss it once. I'm not a cruel person anyway.
That's impossible. My pride won't allow it.
Then, I don't have any choice.
Hey, listen to me. Why don't you come back to the US once? Let's talk it over slowly here.
That's impossible. I'm in the middle of an important project and I can't leave work. Considering all the circumstances, it is impossible for me to come back to the US.
Please don't say that. I want to see my family too. I want to spend time with everyone here.
Then why don't you come here? Don't you have enough passion to get on a plane and meet your son and wife? Isn't it a natural thing to do if you really love your family? Your pride shouldn't be in your way.
No, I'm just scared.
Scared of what?
I'm scared of going to foreign countries. I don't know about the culture, and I'm afraid that something nasty might happen to me. What if I get kidnapped?
You graduated from a university, but you are afraid of going to foreign countries? I was 18 years old, a high school graduate, when I went abroad myself. Even I, a woman, could do it. So there's no reason why you can't do it, Judas.
Education and gender have nothing to do with that.
Is that so? On the contrary, until now you have been judging me because of my educational background, right? It seems that you were also making fun of me since I'm a woman. I thought you learned a lot, so you know how to deal with your fears. But it looks like I was wrong.
You don't learn that stuff at school. So let's compromise here. Why don't we meet somewhere in the middle?
What do you mean by that? Are you talking about meeting inside a cruise or something like that?
There's a direct flight to Australia from Kennedy International Airport, right? I can go to that airport by direct flight from here too. So why don't we meet at New York instead?
After all, you're talking about meeting each other in the US, aren't you? Didn't you study geography during high school? That's impossible.
I'm doing the best I could. I'll apologize to my wife, my son, and of course to you too. So please accept my offer of meeting each other in New York.
I refuse. Besides, I just talked to your wife and son. They said that even if you came over here, they don't want to meet you. It seems that they don't even want to see your face. Also, they don't want to do anything but talk to their lawyer. Sorry that it didn't work out as you planned, Judas.
Hold on a sec. I'm the one who's making concession. We just need to ride a direct flight. It's that simple, right?
No matter what you say, I can't leave my work, so I can't grant your wish. Besides, I want to protect your wife, whom your son cares for. Please do your best on your own. Unfortunately, there will be no one you can yell at anymore, since your wife and son are releasing you.
Hey, wait! What you're doing is a crime!
Crime? Stop kidding me. Then, we'll start with your trial first. I'll never get arrested since I haven't done anything wrong. Judas, who was so overbearing, never come to us because he was afraid of going to foreign countries. In the end, it was just him and his big mouth. After that, I continued to work in various countries around the world. I never saw Judas again. However, Judas was very persistent, and as a result of his continued insistence in the divorce court, the divorce has finalized after 2 years. I feel sorry for his wife since she had to wait that long. Despite his overbearing personality, seems that Judas did not want to leave his wife. But his wife refused to stay married with him, and they ended up in divorce. He got what he deserved. Even at his company, no one felt sorry for him because of his overbearing attitude. I heard he has missed the opportunity to get promoted at work,
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!